The AHSDL schedule gets released tonight. The APBL has reached the midpoint of the season, and we have WRL updates for you. All of this and more in 30 seconds.
Welcome to Alliance Report Studios, brought to you by Sport Management Solutions. Here's your host, Brian B.
Hey, fellow fanatics, welcome to the Alliance Report. Thanks for joining us tonight. Sorry about the crazy intro. Let's get into it. So tonight, I still got Leighton's name up there. Well, you all know Leighton's going to be with us tonight. Tonight, we're going to go through the AHSDL schedule. We're going to do the APBL mid-season report. We got some WRL updates for you also. We've got website updates. We've got the interns going to talk to you about the FSA pitch. They're going to talk about Meet the Alliance, and they're going to talk about the Wheel of Fate. Paul out there saying, go Canada with the Expos hat on tonight. Yep, I got the Expos hat on tonight. Just having to look over in my stack of hats over there, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to put that one on. Gerard and I were just talking about the Montreal logo the other day, and I thought, you know what, let me put that on tonight. So, hey, like we said at the top of the show, we are going to talk about the AHSDL schedule release. I got some graphics for you. It is officially here. It is built. It is live. All 168 games have been scheduled for both the East and the West conferences. It is a 14-week regular season schedule. And let me bring up those graphics for you if I can find them here. Here we go. All right, so one of the first things that I want to talk to you all about is the divisional games and when they land. So they are going to be played in weeks 1, 4, 5, 9, 12, and 14. Because remember, you play everybody inside your division twice. Now, as you can see, where the divisional matchup pairings are there, where whoever you play in week 1, you're going to play in week 9. Whoever you play in week 4, you're going to play in week 14. And whoever you play in week 5, you're going to play in week 12. You're going to think that seems a little weird because they're not in the same order. Well, there's a very good reason for them not to be in the same order. As you can see, the number of buys or the number of teams that are on buys in those weeks and why that is the way that it is. So there will never be more than 2 teams on bye across both matchups of the same divisional opponent, which is why it got shifted the way that it did. I don't ever intentionally like doing divisional games where it is the same type 3 weeks in a row. So we're not going to start the season with 3 straight in-division games, which is why we do one in week 1. We have a couple weeks off, and then we do week 4. Then we do week 5. Then we have a couple of more weeks off. We're in 9, and then 12, and then 14. How are you? Let's see. Somebody wrote, we want the interns. So she will be here shortly. She's got a pretty big segment this week. She's actually got the last 3 subjects of the night on there. So the schedule is already live on MFL, and it is visible on your franchise page at iPlayFSA.com. On the schedule link for the AHSDL on iPlayFSA.com, it is not live yet. I have a little bit of an issue with the 2025 to 2026 switch over with it, but you should still be able to see it on your franchise page. Now, there is something else that I want to show you in here. So, of course, week 1's matchups is what I want you to see. So, look on here, find your logo, see who you're going to play in week 1, and know that who you are playing in week 1, you will play again in week 9. Now, I didn't want to show you week 4 because we already know that you're going to play them again in week 14, and I am going to show the last week of the season. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip to week 5 now. So what you're seeing is who you're going to play in week 5. That is going to be your 3rd divisional matchup. Then your 4th divisional matchup is going to be a repeat of the one you just saw. And then your 2nd divisional matchup is going to be a repeat or the start of this one, which is the final week of the season. This is who you will play the last week of the regular season. So I wanted to make sure that everybody got a chance to see those weeks at least while we're on here. But again, the whole schedule release is out there on the website under your franchise page. And again, like I said, I'll figure out what this bug is that I'm basically having, trying to get the 2026 schedule to show up over there. But if you go to your franchise page, you can see it now. And then if you go out to MFL, My Fantasy League, it's out there as well. You can see it. All right. So we are now, or have hit, the midpoint of the season for the APBL. I really screwed that up at the beginning of the intro tonight. But we are 11 weeks down and we have 11 weeks to go. So we have officially hit the halfway point. I want to give a huge shout out to Zach Turner for his outstanding midseason piece on iPlayFSA.com. If you haven't read it yet, go out and read it. Great art to go along with it for that story as well. There are 3 stories from week 11 worth highlighting though. So Cleveland got their first win of the season by defeating the Yankees 207-193. Texas beat the LA Angels again, and they are now 5-0 against the Angels. That's 4 games in the regular season and 1 in the playoffs. And then Arizona has St. Louis's number. They have beaten the Diamondbacks have beaten St. Louis twice, and they have handed the Cardinals 2 out of their 3 losses already for the year. If the playoffs were to start today, the 8 teams that would be going are these. In the American League, it would be Baltimore Orioles as the number 1 seed, Texas Rangers as number 2, the Boston Red Sox as number 3, and then the LA Angels as number 4. And then on the NL side, Miami Marlins would be number 1, St. Louis Cardinals would be number 2, Chicago Cubs would be number 3, and Cincinnati Reds by a bunch of tiebreakers would be number 4. Good thing for everybody else in the league, there are still 11 weeks to go, so that can change in a heartbeat. In fact, if you look at this week's scores already, I think you would see a huge shakeup in that playoff picture already for both sides on the AL and the NL if the games were to end just like they are right now between wins and losses. All right, so we're going to do a WRL update next. He said pick the Blue Jay hat to round it off. That was Paul. You know what? He's got a very good point. See that gray hat that's over there on the right-hand side? Grab that hat. Put that, nope. Yep, that one. The one you got your left hand on. Put that on. You're wearing that tonight for the broadcast. Cool. We got you, Paul. She got the Blue Jays hat on. All right, cool. All right. The WRL update. So Andrew and I have been doing a lot of work on the website. Let me see if I can get that pulled up for you right now. Let me get logged in so you can see what I want you all to see. But Andrew and I have been working really hard on getting more updates to the website. I know we did this, I think, on our last broadcast a week or 2 ago. I want you to see where we're at now. So here's the website. I'm logged in. I'm going to go to my dashboard. The things that I want you all to see are AHSDL updates. So what we ended up doing, if you go under Manage Team, we got the ad drop section of the website completely working. So if you go in here, GMs can now submit fab waiver claims. They can view pending claims. It's all functional. So if you don't want to go over to MFL, you can do all your ad drops right here on the iPlayFSA.com website. We also got the trades page live as well. If you went in here and selected a team, you can go in here and make a trade with somebody. I'll go in here and put in here that I want to trade with the Vikings, and you can see what that looks like. So you go in here and you can check all of those. You can do your draft picks. You can do your fab in here and stuff like that, and then you can hit propose trade. All of that works. The other part that works is the rosters. If you go out here and do view rosters now, what we ended up doing was, and this was viewable a week or so ago, but what I wanted to do was I wanted to separate the taxi squad players. And they are now separated on here, and you can see it as a separate section. And then there's a count down here in the footer that tells you how many active players there are and then how many are on the taxi squad. Again, I said the AHSDL schedule is on here. Let me show you what that looks like. So if you click here on this schedule, it's not going to work right now. Like I said, that's a bug I'm still working on. But if I'm here in my dashboard and I go to Manage Team, and you come back to this screen, and it takes a little bit because it's got to bounce out to MFL and then come back. your schedule is right here. So this is accurate on this schedule right here. Your weeks 1 through 14 are there. So you can see your individual schedule. And again, if you want to see it week by week, you can go out to the MFL page or give me until the end of the weekend. I will get it up and running, and I'll let you all know on Discord when it is up and running. And then one of the other things that Andrew and I got done was we had some issues with the mobile navigation, and we were able to get all of that fixed. We added the ads and drops and the trades to mobile. They're all working now. And then you also have a couple other things here under the rosters. Other than just viewing rosters, you now have the IR moves are put underneath here. So you can switch your players out to IR back and forth as needed. And the same thing with dropping players in and out of your taxi squad as needed. Everything that you can do with the MFL Platinum app, you can now do on iPlayFSA.com for any of your MFL teams now. So all of that is there. I guess I should probably put on here that we're at the website updates right now. So all of that is there. See if anybody made any comments while we were gone. You think you finally figured? There it is. Yeah, Sean, you're good now. It looks good. You got it right. It worked. Yes, you are there. Finally, now we know that it's you. So if you have any questions about the website updates, let me know. Honestly, all we're going to be doing now is troubleshooting as we go closer to the season, and then probably troubleshooting a little bit during the season. We don't have anything on the WRL side yet because we have so much more that needs to happen on the WRL side before we can actually start messing around with the website to make sure that it's good. But everything for the AHSDL is there. So where we're at for this football season compared to last football season. So as you know, last football season, we were pretty much in beta test mode the entire time. We are now functional. Everything that we do now will basically be fixing bugs that we find. When we launched the website on March 11th, what we had before then was the beta test side, the back room side, I guess you want to say, that only us as members could see. Now that it's out there for everybody to see, there are some features out there that the general public can see, more features for you as an actual general manager can see. But now we should just be fixing bugs at this point. So we'll get through this football season, and then foreshadowing, we got something on the horizon for 2027. That all being said, we have 3 more segments to go. We have the interns FSA pitch, we have the Meet the Alliance, and we have the Wheel of Fate. We're going to put the interns pitch up here. I got to do a couple things here before we get it switched over, so give me just a second. In the meantime, we are going to switch off of me. We're going to get Leighton up on the screen. We're going to give her some audio, and Leighton is going to take it away for the last 3 segments of the night. Leighton, take it away.
My sister and I have been given an assignment before the summer is over. We have to put together a PowerPoint presentation and pitch a brand new idea to Dad and Miss FSA on July 31st. It can be anything: a new league, a new score system, a new Discord channel, or even a new AI character, as long as it's something realistic that FSA could actually use. We already reached out to the league on Discord to ask for ideas, and we want to give a special thank you to Sean and Jason for already sending us some great ones. If you have an idea, you want us to consider, drop it in Discord. We are listening.
All right.
I just had to figure out where I was.
All right, Meet the Alliance. Go for it, girl.
Meet the Alliance. Meet the Alliance. Yeah, Meet the Alliance. So I went out this past Monday, and if you have not read it yet, head over to iPlayFSA.com to check it out. We are getting close to the end of the seasons now. Coming up next is Alyssa Thomas, who has been writing all of the Meet the Alliance stories this season. This time, she is the one being interviewed, and Kim is the one asking the questions. After Alyssa's story, there is only one left, and that one is about Dad. All of the AI characters who have already had the stories told are going to turn the tables and interview him together. I think that one is going to be really cool.
All right, last one. Wheel of Fate, take us home.
Wheel of Fate. Just a reminder that the Wheel of Fate is coming up on July 6th. It is going to be a live event, but general managers do not need to be there to watch. As soon as the wheel is done spinning, the selection window opens and general managers will start choosing the Dragons region and the Dragons division. They want to complete in the 2026 WRL season. The order they pick in will be determined by the results of the Wheel of Faith. Mark your calendars. July 6th is coming fast.
All right. Good. All right, everybody. That's it. Let's see. I don't think I can put both of our names up there at the same time, so we'll just put mine up there for right now. But yep, you got the Toronto hat on. It looks good on you. That's it. Quick show, 17 minutes. You did good tonight. Give me a high five. You did really good.
I also had to figure out where I was because I kept pausing to see if I read something wrong or not.
What we need to do is to figure out another way for you to line up your lines to figure out how to do it. But you did great. You did great. So, hey, like Leighton said, if you have any ideas, and Sean already put up here, he says he might have another idea. So if you have any ideas for their FSA pitch, please send them over. They've already gotten some ideas that they've ran past me as well. So they have to figure out what they're going to do. They have 2 more weeks of their internship. There will be a break next week as we go on vacation to Dollywood. And then when we come back from that, the interns will switch shifts. She will actually be moving on to the morning shift, and Everly will move on to the afternoon/evening shift. So you'll get to see her on her broadcast for 2 weeks. And then they will have 2 weeks to put together the FSA pitch, which will happen on July 31st. So again, that's it.
I have an idea.
Not right now. That's it. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Brian B. That's intern Leighton B. This has been the Alliance Report. Y'all hit us up on Discord.
Thank you for watching The Alliance Report, sponsored by Sport Management Solutions, the leader in athletic communications. A special thank you to the Recast, the official music of the Fantasy Sports Alliance. If you enjoyed tonight's show, please like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, and TikTok. Have a great night, everyone, and remember, we are fanatically real.